and our guest has joined us. We are so glad you can be a part of the show today, Adeniyi Ifetayo. Good morning, and thanks for coming aboard.
Yeah, good morning. It's my pleasure to be
Yeah,
with
so
you.
we've been talking about media literacy and critical thinking. So now let's hit the ground running, right? What are the key elements of media literacy and why are they important?
Every day we are bombarded with several messages from
Adeniyi
different
Ifetayo, we
sources.
can't really hear you. Can you speak up a bit? We're trying to hear you very
Okay,
much.
can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, okay.
Okay, is it better now?
No, it's. I think it's as if you're far away.
Oh, okay. Let
Yes,
me 1 minute.
It's better now.
Uh,
it's better now. It's better now.
okay, it's better now.
Yes, yes. You can go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay, all right. I said, every day we are being bombarded with different messages from different sources and all of that. People, they just took something, whatever they received because someone has said this. They never sit back, look at it, and said, can this be truth? Is it fair to her? Or just in the name of I have access to social media and all of that, then they will escalate the message not knowing that it might be so impactful, whether negatively or positively, depending on what the intention that you have. So, talking about media literacy is very important because media shape the way we see our world. Media shape what we see, what we think, what we information decide. Make people to make some information to make some decisions. That's why media literacy is very key. That whatever you are shunning out, whatever information you are releasing out, whether it's in favor of you or it's not in favor of you, make sure that it's objective and is you can fact check it. It's something that can be verifiable. You understand? So not just because of I have access to information and I can dispose it at any time. So is a germane discussion that we need to put on the space.
All right. Thank you very much. Now, can you state some of the media biases and stereotypes, and how can media literacy help recognize them?
Yeah, there are some because of information overload and that constantly before us and misinformation and disinformation and talking about bias reporting, social media, etc., that we need to as a media you need to check. Let me cite an example leading to the election. I think 4 years ago in Edo State, I was meant to go and report. And a day before the governorship election, someone sent me an information. It's one of my reliable source and said that the then deputy governor was caught with ballot boxes in his house and all of that. That is being arrested. The DSS is there. This my friend has contact, as in when you are talking to someone who has a contact. Immediately I said, "Wow, this is a hot news," and immediately I posted it and a friend of mine said, Nii, what is going on? I just say, look, I didn't even fact check this. I didn't even second guess it. I didn't sit down. That these are the things that does happen, when it comes to leading to an important election, propaganda from party A against party B and from party B against party A. I quickly pulled down the story. I just put a call to the deputy governor because as I said, see, this person, you also have his contact. Why can't you ask or make the call to at least you can attach it to your report and say a call put through to so person maybe did not pick or the SMS sent, he did not reply. And I called. Luckily, the deputy governor picked it. I said, I just got the report that DSS stormed your house, you are called. He said, my brother, I'm just here. We are just preparing for the election for tomorrow. You see how that information will have spread because I know some news media outlets too that rely on my own platform as a source of information. So when you are putting something out there, just make sure it's objective. That's what media can do. Effectively evaluate it and also engage in a constructive criticism, even if there will be there will be none. And I want to give kudos to, I don't want to mention names, some of the notable club in the world. They have what they call four-way test, and I think the media also should take a cue on that. They said, look at that thing you want to put out there. Is it truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendship? And the fourth one, will it be beneficial to all concerned? It's not just about me. I want to have traction. I want people to follow me that I release on story. You know, some information when I read on newspaper as well. Sometimes I said I will not comment until the next day. Let me hear the response from the other part. So as a media, it's very key that we make sure that we effectively evaluate information, and we make sure that we make from the opinion based on evidence or context, diverse perspective, engage in constructive dialogue, and make sure that whatever you are putting out there is just for people to be able to read between the line and make informed decisions.
Fantastic. You know, in this age where everyone has a cell phone, it's so easy to be overwhelmed, you know, by the kind of information you get per second. Now, so this is not even about the media alone. How then can you inculcate critical thinking, which includes media literacy? How can it be integrated into education and everyday life, including family life as well?
Yeah, yes, it starts. Thank God you mentioned family life. It starts from home. You know, our children they learn faster now these days. That whatever they see, I used to cite an example in church that maybe because you are owing somebody money, and when you cited the person coming, you tell your son or your daughter or your children, tell the man that or tell the woman that my mind car that I'm not around, and meanwhile you are inside. And when you the person go there, the child will now say, "My mom said I should tell you that she was not around." You understand?
Yeah.
You are laying a foundation for those children to manipulate the truth. You are laying a foundation for those children to manipulate the fact. So that is why it starts from home, to educate our children, to educate those people who are under our tutelage, and let them know that you call a spade a spade. When it is white, it is white. If it is black, it is black. You can't manipulate the truth. And once you are saying at that, that's the same thing they will take to their school. That's the same thing they will take to the society, because most of our children, they are reflection of what they see at home. So media literacy and critical thinking, that look at it, is it fair enough? Is it justifiable? Can we verify it? Not because it has happened to he and every other person. I remember an incident that happened at Ikeja almost about 14 years ago. I think a naval officer shot an Okada man, something like that. I couldn't remember. Yes, somebody died, an Okada man died. So everybody, they were running to the west, and I was coming, let's say from the east. And everybody was, I said, what is happening? Say, oh, everybody everywhere, there's blood everywhere, there's killing everywhere. And my journalistic thinking that, let me see it. I can't just say, they say, them say, them say. You know, all those, this is what he said. I usually ask, and when I got there, it was just one body, you know, lifeless. I was not happy about that. But a lot of people have said that 20 people have died. It was a sporadic shooting, you know. So sometimes you look at.
I think the network is really, really bad.
Hello.
Oh,
Okay,
he's back. Yes, please continue.
continue.
Okay, so who can I call? You know, don't let us be lazy when it comes to information verification. You know, and thank God for the freedom of
Speech.
freedom of information
Yeah.
bill
Okay.
that you can explore, you know. So whether you're a journalist, whether at home, let's make sure we are a reflection of what is going on in the society. You may start from your home, but you don't know where it's going to escalate to, because your children, people around you, they will take a clue from you. I also used to give an example and say that if you want to know whether you are truthful or you are a role model these children, you will be like me, and look at the reaction on the face of the other around, whether actually they really wanted those children to be liking to you, or maybe because of you have an impact or you have something to offer. So from home, at work, let us call a spade, whether, and make sure that whatever information you have put there, whether if it is fair, if it's verifiable, if it is it beneficial to all, or you are doing it just because of your self aggrandizement, just because of your self gain.
All right. Okay. Can you hear us? Are you still there?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right.
Yes,
So
I can hear
in
you.
rounding up, what can policymakers, leaders, what can they do? You know, how can they steer this forward in safeguarding and also promoting media literacy in our society?
One of it, I'm still saying that number one, especially social media, which are the beck and call of every individual, social media still need to be regulated.
Oh, so
I'm
you
telling you,
support
social media need to
regulation
be.
of social media?
Hello, you said what?
I said you are in support of social media being regulated.
Yes, I am, because it's doing more damage than good. Although it has its own advantages, but they say where there's no law, there's no sin. You understand? So if it's just there, I'm not saying that it should be scrapped or you can't express yourself. Yes, you can express yourself, but what you are saying, is it truth? Is it factual? Can it be verified? Is it from a right source? Those are the things that should be put in place by the policymaker, not just because somebody can just wake up and say that this person was caught with $20 billion, just right on, and just in the name of to tarnish the image, to assassinate the character of an individual. And some people that have been picked up, let them face the book. So once they know that for every action there's a consequence for whatever you do, people will begin to think twice before they make some certain statement, all in the name of maybe because I don't belong to your party, you are not my friend, or I don't believe in your ideology. Yes, we must not believe in the same ideology, but it should be made for me to express myself. This is my own opinion. But when you are using it to assassinate the character of an individual, to destroy an image that somebody took several years to build, then you should pay the price for it. And of course, our politician, some bills, if it doesn't favor them, they slow. I'm sorry, let me use the word. They drag about putting it up, but if it's something that will elevate their office, that they will enjoy and all of that. Although there are still some of them, or few of them, who are people oriented, that this thing is. But when we are talking about media literacy and critical thinking, and I think they should do something. First and foremost, let's start with social media regulation. Let it be regulated,
All right.
just like any
just
other.
one more question that I thought
Well,
of.
there might be more than one more question.
Now, in promoting transparency in governance, let's look at it this way. How do we balance releasing authentic information to the public on social media and misinformation? How do we balance? How can the government, how can journalists, how can people balance that?
Yes, thank you. You used in the word of transparency. It's just that most of our, let me use most, some of the people in the position of authority, because they have skeleton in their cupboard, so they are afraid when a media approach them. Oh, I had this information. I need. How true is this? How true is that? I think since there's a freedom of information, there should be a quota that any information that you need, that you can go to, just like it's obtainable in Western region. If you need an information about this building, when the ownership, when was it bought, and all of that, all those things, you will have it at the beck and call. There's a unit. I think a unit should be created, instead of they have all those information, whatever goes on in the government. So once our political leaders, once the people that were voted to power in the position of authority, whether elected or selected, they are transparent about this thing, and let them have a unit. So you don't need to wait for the commissioner before you can release an information about a particular, whether project or something in that ministry. There's a unit that you should go that interface, whether with the media or NGO or civil society or an individual, a citizen that just want to know what is going on in my area.
All right, Adeniyi,
I want to have
please
an
hold
information.
that thought. We have Mr. Ben from Ayobo. Good morning, Mr. Ben. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Mr. Olumide and Vivian. You guys are doing a wonderful job. I just want to comment on your guest saying regulation of social media based on his own perspective or his own opinion. I totally disagree with his option of regulating social media. Because a lot of times, and before even now, it is the social media that even brought awareness, that made us to understand the kind of lies that main media are spread and the backing of politicians because of politicians sponsoring them, paying them. You see them lie to public, to Nigerians, concerning something that favors the politicians. Severally, we've read some things from CNN, even CNN, that wasn't true. But because the party that is involved is what is sponsoring them, they have to tilt towards promoting their own lives. So social media has done a lot of good for us. Before even the politicians will bribe the main media to lie, social media will bring the truth, because social media is just like you are going out and you see something that is happening, you have your phone, you take it, you post it for somebody to know what is happening. So social media, to me, is doing a lot of good job checkmating these politicians, rather than depending on the main media. That once you have somebody sponsoring the media or paying the media, you keep receiving propaganda and lies like what we see every day in Nigerian dailies. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ben, for Ayobo. Just like Mr. Ben said, he said he does not agree with you.
I want you to
social
react.
media
I want
actually
you to
exposed a lot.
I want you to react to that. What's your reaction to that
Mr.
call?
Ben is listening. Yes, if Mr. Ben is listening, I never said social media should be scrapped. I said it should be regulated. Whatever you are posting there, make sure if authority or somebody pick you up, you should be able to account for it, that this thing happened. Yes, social media has done a lot of good, has brought so many talent out there, but I'm not saying it should be scrapped. I said it should be regulated, just like other institutions, just like other facets of our life. So, Mr. Ben, you are very correct. He has done good to us, but I'm saying it should be regulated. You'll be surprised when they will put something out there, and maybe because it has not happened to you, Mr. Ben, and that's why you are like, okay, let's leave it. But when somebody is made to face the music, people will think critically. We think before, oh, this thing I'm putting there is it real? Yes, for those who saw something and they posted, yes, fantastic, is good for us to know. But when it has to come with fabrication of lies and manipulating the truth, you should know that once there is a law there that say you will account for whatever you post on social media, then people will begin to think. But if not that, just like I said, where there's no law, there is no sin.
All
Quite
right.
a deep one
That
there,
was
landing.
That was interesting. Yes.
Thank you very much, Adeniyi Ifetayo. We really enjoyed and we really appreciate your contributions.
Thank you. It's my pleasure, Olumide and Vivian.
Thank you. All right, so we have been speaking with our guest analyst, Adeniyi Ifetayo. He is a media analyst, and the topic we've been taking a look at is media literacy and critical thinking, evaluating the importance of media literacy in today's society.